Good afternoon, and welcome to the Hutchinson County podcast on location at Murmurs in Spearman, just south of the intersection known as Crazy Corner. My guest today is Chris Womble, candidate for Spearman ISD School Board. Chris, thank you for allowing me to come up here and do this podcast on location. Now, this business, we'll talk about it for a minute. It's your in laws, so tell us a little bit about it.
I couldn't tell you exactly how long it's been here, but yes, it's called Murmurs. It is named after my wife's grandmother. Everybody in town knew her and called her Murmur. That's what her grandkids called her, and so she opened this establishment. It started out as a snow cone stand, and then they added on to it. And best burgers in town.
Yes, I've seen a pretty good menu. I've noticed they were closed on weekends. Some businesses are. Does they do their activity during the week when everybody's out working and doing what needs to be done? So I appreciate Murmurs for letting us come in today and do the podcast. So we'll start with our questions today. I send these questions out to everybody that does the podcast. So these questions were sent earlier this week, and Chris is going to answer them for it. He's a candidate for Spearman ISD Board of Trustees. So we will start with, can you share your background experience, particularly any that would contribute to your role on the school board or want to be on the school board?
Other than just life, I mean, I don't know that I have any experience in anything that would make me a better candidate. I'm not special in any way. I don't have a superpower or nothing. I'm just somebody that is concerned, that wants to be a little bit more involved. Um, there's been a few things happen that I wasn't particularly happy with, and I just kind of want to get more involved. I'm a fan of, if you're gonna have a complaint and you're gonna be unhappy about something, try to be a part of correcting it, and so that's what I'm doing.
Very good. What motivated you to run for the position on the Spearman School Board?
Couple of things. For years and years, this has been a kind of just something that's bothered me. Um, School board members in Spearman can have family in the system. Their family can be a coach or a teacher, their son, sometimes a husband or a wife. And I'm not saying any of those people did anything wrong. I'm not. I don't think that they did anything wrong. I think though that it does hurt the community's confidence in the board to have the nepotism in place that we have had. At some times we've had three board members with with a direct, like I said, a son or a husband or a wife, or once it was a parent as part of the faculty. I think that it hurts the community's confidence in the board, and I can tell you from personal experience, I went February to the board meeting and spoke. And as I was speaking, about something that happened at a basketball game, the head boys basketball coach is looking at me as a board member. I think that hurts the again confidence and the feeling that if I go to the board and talk, they're going to listen. That I just think that's I think if we something we can do better. And one more thing, I was after I spoke, I was contacted by a teacher, and she said thank you for saying you're very well. I just don't. There's a lot of us up here that don't feel like we could do that, and that bothered me. So that's when I went ahead and decided I'm going to put my name in the hat.
Understandable, and I tell people I've helped candidates in the past on their campaigns for different things. It's not you go personal sometimes. You don't say that person is no good, this person's no good. I just feel I can do a better job than that person. So totally understand, and maybe a little bit of intimidation. You're trying to get some change or get something done, and the people you're complaining about are on the school board right there looking back at you. That can be intimidating for some
It
people,
is.
and obviously that teacher thanking you for it shows that that was a just opinion.
Yeah.
How do you think your personal and professional experiences will help you guide your decisions on the board?
Again, I don't know that I have any. Uh, I would say work well with others. That would be something I would say. I don't have anything special to really go to that question other than uh, I've worked in many different, I don't know, career, I guess you would call it, around different people. Um, and I have an opinion. I'm also open to other people's opinion. I'm not completely closed off. So I will share, my ideas and listen to others.
Our next section of questions: vision and goals. What are your top priorities for the Spearman ISD School District over the next few years?
I think it would be to get us in a better financial position, which I think we're headed there. We have an upcoming bond that's very important, um, and that I think be in a better financial position, um, be able to retain more of our teachers, and attract new ones. We had a town hall here this last it's been 2 weeks ago now, and the superintendent said last year there was five teacher positions that he did not even get an application for. So we're short on teachers. We need to retain teachers, and we've got to gonna have to be creative in finding ways to bring teachers.
All right, our next question on that subject: what do you believe are the most important issues facing the district right now, and how would you address them?
Again, finances. Um, I know it was brought up again at that town hall. I think we got some discipline issues in the school sometimes, and our superintendent right now is leading the way in dealing with those. I don't necessarily think that's a school board's job to be over all of that, but I think those are some of our biggest hurdles right now is finances and discipline maybe. Making sure our teachers are thought of as educators, not babysitters, I think is important also. So being in the community and talking about it, letting everybody know, hey, this is where we're at, and I just think we could all do better than we're doing sometimes.
Okay, how do you envision the role of the school board in supporting students, teachers, and staff?
Um, with loving arms, I don't really know. I've looked at that question several times.
I'll just if we have some new members listening to the podcast, these questions are courtesy of Chat GBT.
Yes.
I've never used this till about 2 weeks ago, and they have some interesting questions, and looks like they're actually designed to challenge the person you're interviewing. So no answer is there's no right answer. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
On this,
I will say I don't know what to do with my hands. I sit here and I'm just trying to. It's harder than
it's
you
just
think
whatever feels natural to do on this, and see what happens. There's no right way or wrong way to doing
Yes.
it, to be on an interview. Some people use their hands. Some people can sit still. I think I moved my head and look around. I did a few of these earlier and had my face on them, and I went back and watched, and I'm like looking up and down and all around.
That's
It
what I
kind
noticed.
of
That I'm looking all
looking
over
everywhere and
the place.
everything, but it actually looks pretty good on this side. here on that. So we will go to our next subject, collaboration and leadership. How do you plan to work with fellow board members, school administrators, and the community to achieve the district's goals?
Open and honestly, and hand in hand. Again, I don't know. Like I told you, I'm not going to elaborate too much on some of these because I think that's just the best way to do it. Just as a team.
And it's one of these, you have not ever been on the school board. You can envision what you would do, but until you've had the job, these questions might be a little easier to answer. Basically, you feel like you need a change. You think you're the person for the job, so you put your name in the hat and see what happens. And totally understandable. A lot of people over the years have done that and give back to the community. And I've said it on the other podcast, I appreciate anybody that puts their neck out and does community service. It's not as easy as people think, and it's very valuable. It's very appreciated. I can't even talk today. Appreciated, and a lot of extra time that you're taking away from your family to do these school board meetings. Because I was talk to Toby, talk to Dave. Sometimes they're up here at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and these school boards are not on a weekend. These meetings, they're in the middle of the week. People have jobs. People have to get up early. A lot of sacrifice for wanting to do this. And again, very appreciative by the community. So we'll go with the next question. What is your approach to leadership, and how do you plan to foster a positive and collaborative environment on the board?
Well, as far as leadership goes, I think right now I don't necessarily need to be a leader on the board. I need to follow and listen to the experience of others that are on the board. That's kind of what I think. I don't want to show up there and try and take things over. I don't think that's right. I don't think anybody wants that. The new guy that doesn't know anything trying to run everything. So
That's a very good answer on that. You don't want to go in there with the bull in the china
yeah.
closet trying to take the sledgehammer to something.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't think we need to. We don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. There's nothing that major wrong with the system. I just kind of want to be a part of it.
Understand. How do you plan to communicate effectively with parents, teachers, and other stakeholders in the district?
Not on Facebook. I don't think that's a good place to talk about things other than to just let people know what's going on. Other than that, I mean, ways to plan to communicate is just openly. Transparency is very important here. I think we had a town hall, and even Mr. Lehman, the superintendent, said we need to do more of this, and I agree. I don't know what the answer there is. Maybe every 3 months you have one and get people together and talk and hear people's concerns. I think it makes us a stronger community. Again, a stronger team also.
I'll just tell you from experience, there was an issue I had in Borger, and I needed to talk to the school board members and give them what I thought was a right decision. And the school website has the email address of the school board members. Even if you know they're on Facebook, I went away from that and communicated with email and got a response from every one of them. I think just personally, that's my way to communicate with the